Which direction will the following parabola open? So we look at this parabola. First thing I want to do is get this x by itself. You want to get the non-squared value by itself. So when I do that, that cancels. It looks like we end up with x equals 5 over 7 y squared. By the way, I flipped it. Flipped it around because once you divide it, you get x by itself. But I like to have the x, or the value by itself, on the left side. Anywho, from here, well, this is an x, and this is positive. A is positive. So when you look at an axis, you have your x-axis and your y-axis. X-axis, positive. So positive would be this direction. So that means which direction will it open? To the right. Or you could draw a picture. Either one works. Okay, cool. Number 2. What is the coordinate for the center of the following conic? Well, if I want the center of the following conic, well, let's think about this. The center will be HK. So HK is going to be, remember this is x and this is y. HK with the opposite of negative 9 will be positive 9. The opposite of negative 1 is positive 1. And there's your center. And the center is always HK, the opposites of the pieces in parentheses. Those are your centers. The center of this conic. This conic, is particular one, is a circle. What are the vertices of the following conic? Now it could ask for co-vertices, but right now it's vertices. So if it wants vertices, it wants your A values. But the first thing you need to do is you need to find your center. So your center here, well, your center, your HK, looks like it's going to be, look at x first. Remember, x, then y. Your x, the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. The opposite of negative 1 is positive 1. So 4, 1. That's my center. Now we need to find our A value. Because to find our vertices, we follow our A values. So your A, well, that's going to be, what's the square root of 49? A squared is 49. If you square root both sides, A equals positive or negative 7. So if we're going to make a sketch, what you'll notice is you're going to be going plus or minus 7 off of this center. So your answer will technically be plus or minus 7 off of either the 4 or the 1. Now, in this particular one, the bigger number is the 49, so it's the y value. So your A relates to the y value. So what you do is your two answers, your two vertices, are going to be 4, 1 plus 7 and 4, 1 minus 7. Because what's going to happen is this one value, you're going to be going up 7 and you're going to be going down 7. So if you just do these two and then we subtract, your answer looks like it's going to be 4, 8 and 4, negative 6. Those are the vertices of your ellipse. This one's an ellipse, by the way. You should notice because of the plus, it's an ellipse. Now for some of you, like, what the heck did I do? Well, if we make a quick little sketch, it might make it a lot easier for some of you. For instance, if we go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 1. And then what you notice here is 7. Your y value is 7, so that means I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this value is a 2, so you can go 1, 2, 1, 2. And you make a quick little sketch. For some of you visual people, if you make your sketch, can you see this is 4, 8? That point's 4, 8. And this point is 4, negative 6. For those people like sketching it, sketch the whole thing. I kind of like doing it this way because I kind of can understand what's happening without drawing the sketch. But a lot of people need to draw the sketch. They just can't visualize it very easily. So, it's your call. The last one, the foci. If you want the foci, that's C. So to find the foci, this is in, because of the minus here, this is a hyperbola. So if I find foci, you do the opposite of this. So what you do is take the 11, the opposite of this is a plus, and we're going to solve for C. Remember, if that was a plus, this would be a minus between. Anywho, let's see, that's 16. So we have C squared equals 16. If we square root both sides, boom, 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 you get C equals plus or minus 4. That means my foci is 4 away from the center. So this 4, oh, we forgot to get my center, my HK. Well, my HK for this particular problem, the opposite of 2 is negative 2. The opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. So if that's my center, my focus is going to be from the center out 4. Now you just got to figure out, is it going to be up, down, left, or right? But what you do is you look at the x. The x shows you which way the graph's going to open. Because this x is first, you look at the first value, it's x. So what happens is, since it's x, what you're going to notice is it's going to open side to side, which means your foci would be left to right. So your answer is going to be negative 2 plus 4, comma 5, and you have the other one will be negative 2 minus 4, comma 5. Again, because you're adding and subtracting 4 left and right. And so your final answer will be negative 2 comma what? Negative 2 plus this would be a positive 2. So that's positive 2 comma 5. And this one looks like it's going to be negative 6 comma 5. Those are the coordinates for your foci. Again, if you don't like that, well, what you can do is make a quick little sketch. If you don't like doing it without the visual, negative 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my center. And then when I make my box, well, what's going to happen, actually, you don't need my box because you can see the x's are first, so you know it's going to be opening this way and this way. So if I want to find those 2 points, what you notice is, oh, right here, the 4 is how far it's going to go over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here I went over 4, which would be, this is 2 comma 5, and this one is over 4 this way, which is negative 6 comma 5. So if you want a visual, you can do a quick little visual to find those 2 coordinates by looking at the graph, or you can just realize you're going to be adding 4 depending on the first value here, the first x. You're going to be adding it to the x value. These take a little bit of thinking. It's up to you if you want to sketch them. These 2 are a little bit easier. These 2 are a little bit more complicated. So hope that helps.